There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another weekend vlog. It's Sunday. Today's gonna be a fun day because I'm hanging out with a friend and he's gonna let me drive his GTR Track Edition. And if you guys don't know, I'm into cars. I like fast cars, and this is probably gonna be the fastest car I've ever driven. So it's gonna be lit, it's gonna be fun, and later we're gonna get some food and just enjoy ourselves and have fun. And I'm gonna bring you guys along and kind of show you how I spend my weekends. So yeah, but first I do need to wash my car because it is filthy. I just got back from New York City and it definitely needs a wash, so we're gonna go do that. What up, bro?
Hey, I'm about to
what's
say,
up to the channel? Huh?
I'm about to say, where you at, man?
Yo, I had to stop by Starbucks. So we're about to trade cars and head to this other place to get some food, but check this out, guys. Sheesh.
All right, man, put it in sports mode for you, man.
All right, let me show you. Have you driven a BMW before?
Nah, never.
All right, the shift is a little weird. It ain't no GTR, but it's quick. Put it in drive, you just press that button and pull it back.
So how you put it in park?
The P.
Just hit P?
Yeah.
Do I have to hit the unlock?
No, just P.
Oh, she's already in park. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of tech in here, man.
Yeah, but if you want to go, so there's sport and then comfort. There's sport plus. Sport plus is just what is it? The traction off. If you want to get a little squirrely, you can take the traction off.
I'm not gonna do all that now, man. Right,
Enjoy, man.
Hey,
guys, I am hyped. Look at this. Look at this car, bro. Damn, this is sweet. First time driving a GTR. Look how big those brakes are. All right, let's go. Guys, I don't think, if you guys have never driven a GTR before, I don't think you guys realize how big these cars are. Like, they're pretty big. Like, it's a two-seater, but it's like a big two-seater. I think it weighs like around 3,900 pounds, which is pretty big because my car only weighs about 36, I think. But, all right, guys, I'm gonna put this down because this car definitely deserves my full attention.
Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand.
First impression of this car, it's a race car. Like, there's things that you hear in this car that you don't hear in a normal car. You hear like the fluids going places, I don't even know where it's going. You hear the transmission thing, and it's loud. I can't believe I'm driving a GTR right now. This is pretty cool. This car is legit. This is a fun car to drive. Bro, your car is sick, man. This thing is sick. This is a race car. You are lying about all those sounds, dude. It's cool though. It's cool. I like it. Huh?
Over here was like making some weird noises, but like I told the tuner, he's like, it's fine. I was like,
Yeah, no, it sounds like a race car. Yeah, it's got some torque, right? Like.
stepped into it. Yeah, I felt a little. I'm like, oh, hold on. Okay. Let me wait till it's like a straightaway, you know.
Yeah, but like when you get on the highway, like it doesn't pick up like this, but it like around the city, like there's some torque to it.
Yeah, something like this, man.
Dude,
I love the whole windshield with the like.
Oh,
I kept looking down, man. I'm like, what's the speed? Keep looking down. I'm like, this on the window.
Yeah, the heads-up display. That's that BMW tech. Yeah. No, it actually felt very comfortable to drive. Yeah, it's sick, dude. This is my brother Louve. You guys probably saw him in another video, but he started his own YouTube channel talking about crypto and finance. So go check him out. I'm gonna leave his link right here. And yeah, dude, sick car too.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It's crazy, man. Yeah, man. Poking nachos, man. Some steak.
So I met Louve recently at a party that I went to where I didn't really know anyone. I actually made a video about it where I mentioned how I'm introverted. And we kind of met, hit it off, and learned that we're both introverted. We're both former Marine reservists, and we're also both into cars. So we actually hung out for the first time, and it was pretty cool. He's a cool guy, and I'm definitely looking forward to meeting up with him again. But Louve is actually a really big investor in cryptocurrencies. I've always dabbled in crypto, but I do want to start investing more into crypto, meaning taking some money out of my investments and stocks and other places and putting more into crypto, because I see the potential in it. Clearly there's more risk, but I think me being a little younger, I think I'm willing to take those risks for the bigger rewards. Let me know in the comments if this is something you'd like to see. I kind of thought about making a video about I guess my finances and my personal investment strategy. Being a government employee as well, like I feel like I have that security as a government employee. I mean, it comes with plenty of benefits. So I was thinking about mentioning that. I have a pension, I have a TSP, which is like the government's version of a 401k, and I also have other savings. But to be honest with you guys, I've always been kind of risk adverse. A lot of my money is in the S&P 500, and maybe this is for another video, but in the past couple of years, I've been trying to divest my investments from the S&P 500 and invest in things that could get me bigger returns. But huge shout out to Louve for letting me drive his GTR. It's everything that I thought it was gonna be. It was fast. I want to say a lot faster, but a little faster than my car. And yeah, it's just a different driving experience than a BMW. With my car, I feel like it's still, you know, it's a luxury car, so it's a little more luxurious than the GTR, but the GTR is just a raw race car. Like, being in it, you hear all these sounds, the transmission clunking, you hear the engine roaring, the turbo spooling, and you hear like fluids going places. You don't even know where it's going, but you hear fluid all around the car. It was a pretty cool experience. I think the biggest surprise for me driving the GTR was feeling how safe it was to drive it. I mean, with such a big car, with so much power, you would think it'd be a little scary, but as soon as I got it on the road, it was very in control. I think maybe it's the all-wheel drive system, but I never felt like I was like losing control of the car. Even when I was going, I'm not gonna say how fast I was going, but even when I was going pretty fast, like I felt in control. Whereas with my car, because it's rear-wheel drive, there's a little more drama to it. You can't just floor it. You will lose traction. You have to be more mindful of that. But with Louve's GTR, like I could floor it, and I never felt like I was losing control of the car, which was a pretty interesting feeling. For those who are here for my project management content and here to listen to me share my opinion on whether or not the PMP is worth it, here we go. So if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Sheldon. I've been PMP certified since 2019, so a little over 2 years. And in my current role, I work for a government agency that specializes in data modeling when it comes to funding and requirements. And I'll leave it at that because what I do is kind of unique, but that's besides the point of this video. Before I answer the question, I do want to say that I watched a lot of these videos where I found that, to no surprise, a lot of people unanimously corroborate the fact that the PMP is indeed worth it. Now, I did notice a common trend with these videos, which I didn't really appreciate, and that's the fact that I felt like I was watching a visual brochure where people were just like naming off statistics and just listing all the perks and the benefits of a PMP without ever taking into account that everyone's situation is different. And that's what I kind of wanted to talk about in this video, and hopefully by the end of this video you guys will take away something new if this is your 10th PMP worth it video. So if you guys have watched my other videos, one point that I always come back to is that everyone's situation is different, and what might be worth it to me may not be worth it to you. What might have worked for someone else may not work for you, and that's totally okay because everyone is different. And to use a statistic and apply it to every single situation and make that the catalyst for why you should or should not do something is just, I think, way too simple way of thinking for me and this channel. And I hope you guys agree with that too, because we're all trying to promote higher thinking and thinking for yourself. So I will say, for me in my situation, I do believe the PMP was worth it. It was worth it for me because I, at the time, and I still don't have a college degree, so the PMP for me was a great way to list on my resume that I have the experience, the skills, at least from an academic point of view, that I was capable of at least passing this test, right? Now, one thing I want to mention that not a lot of people mention is that I honestly do not believe having a PMP automatically makes you a better PM. And that is because if you watch my other videos about project management, being a PM is a lot about having the soft skills. It's a lot of things that you just can't quantify on a test or a piece of paper. Yes, knowing the processes, the methodologies, the tools and techniques are very important, but that's not as important as knowing how to interact with people, how to build relationships, how to network, how to reason, justify, negotiate for resources or a deadline or anything really. Like, you need to be able to have those soft skills where you interact with people and manage different personalities. And these are things the PMP does not teach. Also, I think the value of a PMP really varies across industries. Now, for where I am and where I was in the whole government contracting world when I got my PMP. It was definitely worth it for me because there are certain contracts in the government, sector that I work in where you cannot technically lead a contract if you don't have the PMP certification. Now, that doesn't apply for every single industry. I know, like, for the tech industry, the PMP is kind of irrelevant, almost obsolete, if you will. So once again, it really depends on your situation, the industry that you're looking at, and also what are you coupling this certification with? Do you already have a degree? Do you have your MBA? Do you have another certification that is in project management? Are you trying to convey to your recruiter or the hiring manager that you're really knowledgeable in a more waterfall type of approach, or are you trying to show that you worked in software where agile certifications may hold more value? Or are you trying to do it all? And if that's the case, then you really have to think about the opportunity cost. Who's paying for all this? Are you paying out of pocket for all this? Is your employer at least helping you with this? Would it make sense to sort of take these certs in sequential order? I think these are all things that someone should be asking themselves before they just say, yes, the PMP is worth it. Yes, a 4-year degree is worth it. Yes, an MBA is worth it. So I know it's not the simplest answer, and it might not be the answer that you're looking for, but I really do think in order to be successful in life or in anything, you really do have to have some introspection and ask yourself these questions and ultimately determine if it's worth it for you. Now, I do want to address the statistic that PMI releases almost every year. It's almost like their favorite punchline, and it's the fact that PMP certified project managers make 20% more than their non-PMP certified PMs. And I can kind of go on a rant on this, and I know my girlfriend can corroborate, and I'm sorry, babe, if you're watching this, but statistic does not mean that it's true. Correlation is not causation, right? So your PMP doesn't mean, just by getting the PMP doesn't mean your company is just going to throw 20% more money at you. You have to apply for more jobs, and that could mean your company has a vacancy open where they put you up into a higher role because you just got your PMP. But it doesn't mean that they're automatically going to throw more money at you. Statistics, by definition, is just the study of large amounts of data in large quantities. But the problem with statistics is that it might not apply to you, and it might not be true for every situation. It's like saying, ever since I got my dog, I've been making 30% more money. But Cooper's not the reason why I've been getting more money. I got Cooper because I was in a better financial situation and I was in an upward trajectory in my career. In the same sense, when you look at PMs with their PMP, you're usually looking at a pool of people who have more experience, who are applying to more senior roles that demand higher pay, versus when you look at a pool of people who don't have their PMP, you're usually looking at people with less experience, even people in junior roles, even some interns, even people who just graduated college. So obviously, people with their PMP, that pool is going to usually have a higher salary on average than people who are, who have less experience. Anyways, the whole point that I'm trying to make is that correlation is not causation. And there are many ways to do one thing. And to be honest, when I look at my current organization, everyone who's above me right now does not have their PMP. And I'm talking about GS14s, GS15s, SESs. At least for those in my office, they do not have their PMP, but they do have other, education like degrees and stuff like that. So it really depends. Keep in mind when you're studying for your PMP, that also means you don't have as much time to study for other things or do other things. So ask yourself, are you in a position right now where you have the opportunity to be on a very high caliber project where you can learn a lot? Do you really want to sacrifice your time studying for the PMP when you could be getting experience in other ways through this project or through an internship or something, whatever it could be. So I will say the PMP, I think for the cost is definitely worth it. I mean, you're talking about a total of $3,000 in a couple of months of studying, if that, to pass the PMP. Whereas like other degrees cost tens of thousands of dollars and way more time. So that part I think is pretty cool and something to consider. Personally, I just don't like telling people that the PMP is worth it for them without really considering their situation and their circumstances. What I think is worth more than a cert or a degree is really your aptitude
and your mindset. Can you quickly adapt to this new set of processes or policies set by your new employer? Can you apply yourself to how your company does risk management, documentation, requirements analysis, budgeting, whatever it may be? It probably won't be the same as your last company, and you're probably not gonna be in a position where you could just change all these processes that were set before you even got there. So you're gonna have to quickly learn how to adapt and get with the program. And this is all part of mindset. This is all part of like the soft skills that you can't really learn out of a book or in a test. And I think these are the things that matter more than a certification. I know that was a lot, and that might be way more complicated of an answer than you're probably looking for, but I hope it got you thinking. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think the PMP is worth it for you? Why not? And list some of the reasons. And I kind of want to start, sparking that sort of discussion on my channel, and this is exactly why I don't recommend the military for everyone. This is exactly why I don't recommend anything to anyone without, at least having a disclaimer or giving certain reasons why. And I'm very receptive to feedback and comments, so let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious.